Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is Edie Ann. Oh, I think this is going to be my last video for the year. And it's a time of reflection for me. We've got a different background. I've got a brand new setup here in the office. And it's given me an opportunity to be appreciative of the things that I have gained through 2017, but also to look at some of the awarenesses that have happened. And I've come to determine that 2017 was a year of becoming aware. And I'm really hoping that this video can provide you with some guidance in your own thought process as you reflect on 2017, and to know that we all have a journey and we all have our battles and our obstacles. And I just think that sometimes when we share those with others, it becomes a way to guide rather than to stop. And I want to read something to you that I posted today. As you probably know, I'm part of Weight Watchers, and I've not been very mindful of staying on plan or attending meetings for that matter. And I had something in it, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. We go through and we meet people and we experience things throughout our lives so that we can become better teachers, have a better understanding, learn about what our purpose is, and create rather than just sit idle. And I kind of got one of those moments today, and it comes at a great time, and it makes me sad. It makes me sad to think that something like this would have to happen for me to realize why I'm doing something, or why I'm why I need to follow a certain path. And some of my hang-ups have been, especially in my weight loss journey, my hang-ups have been that I feel like I don't have a good enough why to make me want and desire and strive for good health. And about a month ago, I started to beat myself up about it because I thought, Edie, Noah, your grandson, isn't a big enough why for you to strap in and hold on and do what you need to do to have better health. Having all of these health scares, including your heart, and being told that you have diabetes and all of those things, and going through an episode 2 years ago where I potentially had a stroke and I didn't, but all of those things health-wise are not a good enough why for you to buckle in and do the drive in a healthy way. And I've been doing a lot of contemplating on that, and I've been focusing on that, unfortunately, because it's driving me crazy is what it's doing. It's driving me nuts. Because I don't understand how something of that importance, being my grandson or being my own health, is not enough to move me in the direction that I need to be health-wise. And this morning, it happened in such an odd way that I know it was God's hand, and I know that it was the divine power that allowed me to experience what I experienced this morning in the way that I did, so that it would affect me. And it has, because it's made me very emotional all day long, as you can tell. I was sent a message, a private message this morning from an acquaintance, somebody that I belong in the same group as, and some of you remember my Dress Your Truth journey, and I've been part of that Dress Your Truth journey for about, oh gosh, I want to say at least 3 or 4 years now. And I have met some amazing women. I have connected with some incredible human beings through that program and in those private groups that we have. And so I was messaged from one of those ladies this morning, and that's why I call her an acquaintance, because, you know, we've never had any physical time together. It's only been getting to know them through this group on Facebook. And I'm sorry, my nose is leaking because so are my eyes. So she sent me a message, and she said, and I'm going to leave names out, but I'm going to go ahead and read, because I need you guys to experience this how I experienced it. She said, Edie, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but her name is Barbara. A fellow T3 and firewoman passed away during open heart surgery last week. I know you don't always see everything in your feed, so I thought I would make sure that you knew. Love, Regan. And after I read this, I thought, wow, why is she reaching out to me about this lady? And now, as soon as I read her name, I knew exactly who she was. I could picture her face. So that's why I knew she was considered an acquaintance, because she's not just a person that I have seen her name. I've actually interacted with her. And I don't know if Regan knew that. I don't know if she remembers conversations that we've had. I don't know that. And I questioned why she would go out of her way to let me know of Barb's passing. And I kind of let it be, and I was like, okay, well, that was super sweet of her. She did not have to do that. I'm sure I'm part of a whole group of people that she's messaged. I don't know. So I wrote back to her, and I expressed my sadness, and immediately went to Barb's page and went back and looked through some of our messages. And as I was reflecting and searching for the relationship that Barb and I had, I came to a few pictures of her, and I knew that I wanted to write a post on Facebook about her and give my condolences to the family, and I wanted to make sure that they knew that my heart and prayer was with them. And that's the main reason why I do posts a lot of times. And so I was searching for a picture that I wanted to use to associate her with. And as I did that, I came across a picture, and she was talking. I really should go find that post as well, because I feel like it's important to, again, this experience that I had. And so I'm searching for pictures, and I'm reminiscing, because I'm going through old posts of hers, and I realize that I, for sure, had been out of the loop, and that she had been talking about this surgery that she was going to have. But I was unaware of it because I had not been seeing the posts. I had not been reading any of sometimes we get so busy. I haven't been on Facebook a lot, or the fact that I don't always see everybody's posts, because Facebook really decides what I can see and what I don't see. Now, it's not that it's not there, it just doesn't come up in my feed. So I'm reading through, and she starts off by saying that she got a little snow yesterday. I'm going to read the post. She goes, and this is the picture that I used for my post. Got a little snow yesterday. Actually, I'm going to back up because last Tuesday, I don't know. I'm trying to play detective here, but I need you guys to experience this. She wrote, urgent, my surgery is Wednesday now. Called this morning and with the change. Asking for continuing prayers. So grateful to all of you. Positive vibes, thoughts, prayers, and healings. Means so much. And so her Tuesday operation had been moved to Wednesday. Well, I kept going back in the days. And so then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I didn't know anything about this surgery she was having. And I find this picture and I go to save it. And the post says, got a little snow yesterday and cold enough for a scarf. Just some errands today. Having open heart surgery on Tuesday to fix my aortic valve. So just enjoying being at home with the family this weekend. I don't know how I was guided to that post. I do know, but I don't know. And if you have been following my journey, then you know that I have just recently been diagnosed with a moderate aortic valve insufficiency, meaning that my valve is not closing properly, and so it's causing some stress on my heart and making me tired no matter what I do. And I guess in the back of my mind, I've always said, well, that's just something very routine. Everybody there's a lot of people that have it. This surgery, if I have to have it, is routine. And to know that this routine surgery that I have just been blowing off as I'll survive it. I've survived everything. Took a friend of mine. And I think what happened is I totally internalized the fact that everything happens for a reason. And I know that this is not the purpose or the reason, and that it would be awfully selfish of me and ridiculous of me to think that the reason Barbara died was to alert me of my misjudgment on something that I have been dealing with. But it did. And it made me so aware. I've cried a lot this morning, and the tears are coming from the loss of a friend that I worked with. And she helped admin another group that we have together, and she had reached out to me, and one day I was feeling frustrated, and she had kind of given me a virtual hug, and she was just such a sweet lady. And I just feel so grateful that she has given me the awareness that I need to say enough is enough, and that I need to get my health in order so that I don't have to have this surgery and risk the chance of my family losing me and me not being able to enjoy the rest of a valuable life. And like I said, I'm not saying that she died for me. She did not. And I'm sad that she's lost her family, or her family has lost her during the holidays. It wrecks my heart. But the same token, she's given me a gift of awareness in her passing that I am taking literally to heart. Because I know that if I lose weight, that it'll have less stress on my heart, because right now my heart is very stressed. And if I can lose the weight, then I'll have a better chance at maintaining a healthy heart that can last me a while. And it scares me to death to think that I would put myself in that position. And so that why that I've been looking for, I think kind of slapped me in the face today. And I thank God for that awareness, because I could have been sitting here eating cookies and junk food for the rest of my life, which could have been a very short one. And I reminded myself today that I quit smoking, and quitting smoking is not a feat to be underestimated. And if I can do that, then I can do this easily, because I don't have to give up food like I gave up cigarettes. I just need to modify what I'm eating. So anyway, I don't know how you all are going to receive this reflection. To me, it was a true reflection of 2017, because I feel that I've allowed, it's just a weird feeling, because I feel like I've put my, well, and I wrote this post just a while ago, and it's what made me think of getting a video together. My journey is not for someone else to take. My health's something I have to be aware of and present in. Awareness is what happened in 2017. But 2018 is about making that awareness something tangible in my life, and allowing fear to guide me, not stop me. And that's the fear that I received today. And that fear needs to be a guide, like bumpers on the side of a bowling alley, to guide me and keep me in the lane and keep me focused and keep me tunnel visioned on what my goal needs to be and how I need to feel and what I need to do in order to get there, and not to feel like it's somebody else that needs to help support me. Because one of the things that I do often is I keep blaming my husband, saying, well, it's so hard to have a healthy lifestyle when your husband wants to eat this and that and has all of this junk food in the house and blah, 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 blah. It's not his journey to take, it's mine. And if he's healthy, then that's his journey. And I need to own up to and become aware of and be present in my own health, and not prejudge or preempt somebody else's. Does that make sense? So I just find that statement, or those statements, really sum up what my 2017 has looked like. I have experienced some amazing things, but in the meantime, I have been very unhealthy and unable to do some of the things that I would love to have done. And it started off in January of this year when we went to New York, and I couldn't make it up to the top of the Eiffel Tower. The Statue of Liberty. That killed me mentally. Killed me physically, but it killed me mentally to think that they're as adventurous and as loving of adventure as I have always been. Watching my daughter go up the statue and not being able to follow her killed me. But it obviously didn't kill me enough. And I think that and what I mean by that is it didn't become a driving force for me to do something about it. But I feel like all of these things that have happened throughout the year that have proven to me. I remember trying to run after Noah around their house and just totally freaking, because on the other side of the house was the road, and I could not catch him because I couldn't run fast enough and I couldn't keep my breath up. And thinking that it could be my fault if that child got hurt because I couldn't reach him fast enough. So there's just so many different things that have happened in 2017 that finally here we are. What is the date? The 19th of December. We're at the end of a year, and Barbara made me aware. She gave me that boost, or she gave me that fire, which is ironic because we were all called fire women in this group, that I needed in order for me to do what needs to be done and just have it click in my head and say, this is it. Enough is enough. You're not going to go on that table and pass if you have, and I'm not saying that she did anything wrong at all, because obviously this was something that was unexpected. Nobody expected anything like this to happen, but it did. And so it made me even more aware of my graces that have been given to me, and my warning signs, and those, blatant signs that you get that you kind of ignore or you pass off as something menial, So I am truly blessed regardless of how this sounds. I'm actually reflective, I think is such a good word, right? Because I'm sad of Barbara's passing. I'm fearful of what that brought to my mind. There were so many reasons why I felt compelled to cry this morning, and to still have some of that angst that's building up inside of me. I'm just so grateful that she woke me up. In her death, she woke me up. And I'm grateful for that. And so the rest of this year is a great place for me to be in reflective mode, because all that will do is continue to build and build and build and solidify what needs to happen. And it starts today. So you may hear a lot about Weight Watchers. I know that I have failed miserably at so many different programs. But this is all about lifestyle for me. This is my journey. This is no longer about dieting or losing weight. This is about saving my life. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm anxious to hear. I wish there was some kind of a dialogue here. I wish I could hear your thoughts and your, what you think about all of this and how it affected you, if any. But I don't think I'll have another video before the end of the year. Who knows? I might. But I want you to be following me, not only here on my journey, but I think I'm going to utilize I have an Edie Ann, the BNS Network page on Facebook. And it's kind of been my alternative page because I've got 5,000 friends on my page. So I may utilize that page as my journey of vlogging or logging my journey and my awareness and my realizations and my fruitions, things that happen because of all this. So the first video on that page to start this journey is going to be this one. So keep an eye on that page, keep an eye on this channel, and I hope you all have an amazing, absolutely amazing, amazing end of year. And reflect a little bit, right? This is a great time for you to look back and say, okay, what did this year bring to me? What has it made me more aware of? So for 2017, I may have started out, I'd have to go back and check. It seems to me I had picked a word because I usually do. But 2017 was aware. And 2018 is just going to be so promising. I'm so excited. So excited. Happy New Year, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever it is that you celebrate. Be kind to one another. Be loving. And don't forget, don't ever give up. Don't give in, and always stay true to who you are. Have an amazing, amazing end of year. Love you all.